All right. So tell again what that is.
Okay, this is American Lotus. It is a common wetland plant throughout the southern U.S., particularly where you have stable water levels, like in a reservoir or a lake, like at Lake Martin. The water seldom dries down. Call it a floating leaf aquatic because the leaves float on the surface of the water. And this is the shoot that goes underwater down to a very large tuber, which is just a round reproductive organ that can be, and some of these plants probably have a tuber that big around and 4 or 5 feet long. And they can grow what we call asexually without producing from seed. They just continue to grow, kind of like a old man in his belly, just grows on its own. But each of the leaves have what we call parenchyma tissue because there's very little oxygen down there. And whenever it goes anaerobic, they produce ethylene, which dissolves the cell walls. And when it does that, it makes these large openings that allow oxygen to diffuse from the surface down to the roots. These plants also have a complex mechanism by which they also exchange gas with the surface as well. One of the things you notice is the way the water beads up on here. Even when you dip the leaf underwater, the water just runs off of here, and that's because of very fine hairs. Reminds me of an old girlfriend getting in the water and it would just beat up. So, and these are the seeds. You can see the seed pods coming up out of the water here, and each one of these little holes within the seed pod produces a viable seed. And in the fall is when these things ripen, the little openings open up and you can actually pick the seeds and eat the seeds. Probably wouldn't want to make a whole meal out of them, but they're still taste pretty good.
So it's the seed that's the fruit, not the pod.
Correct. The pod is just holding the seed in. These seeds can, like most wetland plants, they produce seed that will remain viable in the soil for quite some time because it's just an adaptation for a lot of these plants. I'm not sure whether lotus germinates underwater or not, but supposedly they have germinated seeds of sacred lotus, a cousin to this particular plant, that were the seeds were 1,000 years old, and they were able to germinate the seeds. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but it makes a good story.
Well, thank you, Dr. King.